What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is August 5th, and I am heading out here to take care of something this evening that I always dread every summer here on the farm. Stick around, and I'll show you what it is. Welcome back, everybody. So we have went through an extremely hot July. Normally, we're just now getting into the heat of summer here in East Tennessee with August, and then getting into September, which is usually about the same, maybe a little bit cooler, but it's usually drier. Every summer, I deal with Yellowjackets and bald-faced hornets, and I normally find them when I'm bush hogging. So, ooh, that light's blown out. Let me turn that down a little bit. No different this year. I decided to come out. I was bush hogging the hilltop up here. As you see, I started bush hogging it. Got over here, started going underneath a dead persimmon tree that is now grown up in some, looking at it from here, it looks like it's grown up in some like wild grapevines and some multiflora rose. And about 10 feet off the ground, just above my head, was an enormous bald-faced hornet nest. And now I'm going to have to do something with it. In the past, man, this lighting is just going crazy here because I'm going in and out of shade. In the past, what we would do in the summertime my dad would come up here and we would find a really long limb, probably 10, 12 feet long. We would wrap a rag around the end of it and we would douse that rag with diesel fuel. We'd light that rag, wait a minute, this is all at night after dark. We would go out and we'd hold that burning rag up underneath the base of the hornet's nest. Hornet's nest, bald-faced hornet's nest, the entrance is at the bottom of the nest. You'd hold that flame at the bottom, and as they would come out, they would light on fire, and they would kind of fly off and just burn up, and then the nest would burn up. You may think that's cruel, but bald-faced hornets are an extremely dangerous bug, I started to say animal, bug to have to deal with, insect to have to deal with. Thankfully, I have never had an issue with them stinging me. My dad, though, has. He hit a nest one time, and they just tore him up. They lit him up. I know people that have had to go to the hospital from getting multiple bald-faced hornet stings. They are able to sting multiple times. They're not like a honeybee that stings you once and loses its stinger. They just keep going, and they hammer you. And they can actually project their venom out of their stinger. And it's a lot of times they are known to target your face. If they see you, they have a way of identifying where your face is, and they can come down and they can then project that venom into your eyes, which can create kind of temporary blinding. So they're really bad. Not only that, if you have an animal that gets into them, you can get over here like our dogs. Sadie runs all over the place up here. She could go over here, get into them, and they would just light her up. And I know people who've told me that they've had their pets killed from bald-faced hornets. In addition to that, they are a natural predator for honeybees. And if you've seen my past videos, my honeybees here died out over the past year. Not entirely sure what happened, but I have noticed, though, since I started having honeybees up here, I have had bald-faced hornets nests right here within 100 yards of my beehives. And from what I've been told and what I've read as well, is that they tend to build their nests, large colonies, near honeybees, because they can actually go in and they will kill those honeybees as they're going in and out, and then take them back, and they will use the honeybee. They'll actually eat the honeybee and the nest. They'll take it back to the nest and they'll devour the honeybee. And then they will also have the chance of raiding the hive as well. I've never seen it. That's just what I have read about on different beekeeping groups and textbooks and websites and things like that. So anyway, I'm not going to take you right over to it exactly. I've got some other footage, but it is in that clump right there. And it's shrouded all the way around it with vines and everything else. I've walked over here to it several times. and looked at it from a distance, and they don't come at me when I'm just over here doing this in general. Now they'll buzz past my head, they'll go all around me, but so far they have not been very aggressive toward me. Oh, there it is, it's hanging up there. I don't see a whole lot of them flying in and out today, but it is still early in the day. Normally I come over here around dark and check it out, and that's when I see them, you know, going in and out, but not right now. There is a couple on the outside of the hive right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to the house. I still have about an hour and a half before it gets really dark enough to do this. And it also depends on cloud cover. We have a cloudy day, so we're actually going to get dark a little bit earlier tonight. So I'm about an hour and a half away. What I'm going to do today is, I actually came out here 2 days ago with a can of wasp and hornet spray. It's not the variety that I've used in the past. It was what they had available and in stock. It's supposed to be a foaming wasp and hornet spray. You came out and sprayed it, and it was like cheap car wash soap. I mean, it just like went up, fizzed, and then fell right off. It was pointless. I was able to find the spray that I've used in the past, which creates an encapsulation foam. And you spray it all over the hive, and it sits there for like 15-20 minutes. And the hornets have to go through that foam to come in and out. And just coming into contact with that foam is, you know, it's deadly, it's toxic for them. So, found that, ordered that, it arrived today, and I'm going to use that, but I am going to wait until dark. And I'm going to put I've got a pair of chaps that are thorn-proof, prick-proof, cactus-proof, all that stuff. I've worn them all over the country. I'm going to put those on my legs to keep them from stinging me in my legs. And then I'm going to put another layer on top, and then I'm going to put my bee jacket on top of that. Not so much because it's going to protect me from the stings in the arms and upper body, because it's not made for that really. It's made more for honeybees, and these bald-faced hornets have much larger stingers, and they're a lot more serious you have to worry about. But mainly for my face, because I'll have the screen over my face, and it'll be able to protect my face for them diving at my face. I'm also going to wear safety glasses, because of the fact that they like to project that venom into your eyes. So I'm going to try to be totally, you may think it's overkill and crazy, but this is how I've done it. I have in the past, I have shot nests out of trees, but that doesn't kill them. That just destroys the nest, and then they disperse and go somewhere else. So I need to kill these things. They are an enormous hive. It's probably 12 inches diameter by maybe 14, 16 inches tall. Very, very large hive. So I gotta get it taken care of, but I'm gonna go back, get my stuff together, and we'll come back out right before dark to get this taken care of. Alright, it is about go time. I don't know if this video is showing up or not. It is getting dark. I mean, we are almost at twilight now. The wife has backed the truck over here, so that way I can spray, hop on the tailgate, and then she's gonna take off heading back to the house, just in case they do happen to try to follow me. So I'm going to set the GoPro down, get my headgear on, get my gloves on, and then you'll see me spraying over here in just a minute. This is the spray that I wanted to use. This stuff really just encapsulates the entire nest. It's totally encapsulated right now. I'm gonna go back and get it a second time in just a minute. All right, everybody, it is the next day, and I am walking out here to go check this hornet's nest out. Interestingly, I'm bringing the binoculars so I can get a real good close-up look from a distance and see if I see any activity. Interestingly, there's a bunch of crows up in that tree right now, or in that, right beside that. So I don't see any. There is no hornets on the outside or flying in and out of it. And normally when I stand here, I can see them flying through the air, going back and forth. So that may have worked. There also looks like yesterday when I started spraying, there was a tiny hole in the bottom cone, and that's where they were going in and out. Now, about probably 6 or 7 inches up, there's a hole about the size of a tennis ball now. It's kind of weird. I don't know if maybe the spray foam did that. Possibly. Maybe where I was spraying it really with that intense jet, maybe that did that, and it made its way through that hole into the hive itself. That'd be awesome if that's what happened. I don't know. But I don't know. I'll come check it out again after a while. Looks like a storm rolling in. But I'll come check it out again later just to make sure. It's enormous. When I look at it up close with these binoculars, it's the biggest hornet's nest I've ever seen. I'm sure there's larger ones out there, but this is an enormous hornet's nest. All right, everybody, it has been 2 weeks now since you last seen me out here checking on this hornet's nest. I've come out here and checked on it 3 or 4 more times since then. I'm standing underneath it right now. I have not seen another hornet anywhere now in 2 weeks. So safe to say, I'm pretty sure that all of the adult hornets are dead. If there's any larvae in there, I really don't know what the status of that is. I can either come out here and try to cut it down, or I can shoot a hole in it and just let the birds have their way with it. But either way, the adult hornets are done for. And technically, if they're like honeybees, if the adults are done for, they're not there to take care of the larva should die as well. So it's not like there's a high risk of the larva hatching out and creating another swarm. I guess you call hornets a swarm, a colony. I don't know. Anyway, probably not very likely that that's going to happen since the adults are gone and dead and they're not able to take care of the larvae. So anyway, that's it for this video. Glad to have this one done. I am heavy into the bush hogging here around the farm. Spent the past couple of hours now out here bush hogging. We have a nice cool spell here and low humidity for the next week. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that and do as much bush hogging here as I can, because before long, it's going to be deer season. Actually, this past weekend was the velvet archery hunt. I didn't hunt. I never hunt that hunt. It's just I have my own reasons. I don't ever go out and hunt that one. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have hornets, if you've encountered hornets, how you dealt with them, what you did, and just drop a comment. Let me know. Thank you so much. Wish you a wonderful day. God bless.